Here on the homestead, we have a moderate breeding schedule, which just means that we don't really breed our does really heavy, and we keep them on a schedule so they wouldn't be light either. Our does get bred 3 to 4 times a year, and it's all just dependent on their condition. The earliest we will rebreed a doe is when her kits are 4 weeks old, but most of the time we wait until they are weaned or past that time. Again, it just depends on the doe's condition. We want the doe to be at the same weight or a little heavier than she was when she had her kits. We want her flesh to be of firm condition, and we want to make sure that she is taken care of before she undergoes another pregnancy and nursing. Keeping a moderate breeding schedule also ensures that we don't wear out our does too fast. Our does can breed 4 to 5 years in a lot of cases, compared to a heavy breeding cycle where the doe can only be bred for the first 2 to 3 years max. With that being said, I know we've talked about, at least with the mini Rex, moving them on to a very light breeding cycle, meaning we would only breed each of our mini Rex does once or twice a year to reduce our litter sizes. Because again, I have this problem where I love my mini Rex, but I do have too many of them when it comes to sustainability, and it would be a wiser decision to cut down on my numbers. Not right, baby. Also, in case anyone was curious, our feisty little champagne babies are 2 weeks old now. Here is our weaning pen for the babies we just weaned yesterday, and the Rexes are doing really well. The silver foxes, on the other hand, still want their mother. They have been pouting in this corner over by their mom all morning, which is understandable. But everyone's doing good. We haven't had any bloat or any issues like that. I am gonna go get these babies some hay though, so they have something to distract themselves with. That's better. Happy babies. Y'all, I'm so excited. I have a surprise on Wednesday for everyone. But, before we talk about it though, we need to talk about quarantine. Quarantine is just an area away from your rabbitry to keep sick or new rabbits. It's to control and mitigate disease within your rabbitry, and is something that you should be pretty strict to adhering to. Our quarantine area is in our butcher barn instead of our rabbit barn. The animals there will be left there for at least 30 days to verify that they don't have any general ick. If they do have any kind of symptoms, they will be kept in that area until the problems clear up, and then 30 days after, just to verify they won't spread it to the rest of our rabbitry. The same is true of any rabbits that are already in our rabbitry that I think have anything that could possibly spread. Another thing to think about with quarantine is I will take care of my healthy rabbits first and then move on to my animals in quarantine. And then I will change my clothes before messing with my new animals. And also make sure you wash your hands. Again, this all just has to do with biosecurity and is a great way to make sure that you're not transferring disease to your rabbits from new rabbits. And again, this is standard practice for all rabbits coming onto our homestead. I have a couple of quail that I have to butcher out today, and I don't just want to butcher out 2 things, so I'm going to butcher out some rabbits as well and kind of go over our butcher plan coming up. I talked about 2 and why we were butchering her before, but it all comes down to she just isn't producing what we need, and she doesn't have the survival rate of kits that we need. This is 3. I just got a weight on her. She was supposed to be kept as one of our breeders, but she's stalling on her weight gain. And I need to open up some cages for the chinchilla babies I'm looking at keeping, and any of the babies that we would want to keep out of Lizzie and Emma coming up in the next couple of months. That's who we're looking at butchering today, but we do have to start planning for our upcoming butchers, which includes this litter right here. So next month, this litter is due to be butchered out. I'm looking at keeping this little doe right here, of course Daisy and Strawberry Jr. But this little no-nosed mark castor is going to go, that solid castor, and then our little tri-colored Charlie. And then if I don't find somebody who wants a proven doe, Sadie is also going to be butchered out next month. And in theory, these little Rex babies that I won't be keeping in my program will be butchered out as well. And the silver foxes. Belle could also potentially be butchered out next month when we get a girl from this litter. And then depending on how Lemon grows out, he might be replacing his father Alpha. So either Lemon will be butchered next month or Alpha's going to be butchered out next month, because I don't need 2 of these bucks, I just need 1. And then of course there are the bucks in the grow out pens. All of those will be butchered out as well. So we have 3 mini Rex and a silver fox, unless I have some buyers for the mini Rex at the next show I go to in September. Not too many getting butchered out tonight, so to speak, but we do have a lot coming up. We'll be doing our large butcher at the end of September or the beginning of October. Something I really worry about around 8 weeks of age is weaning enteritis. And that's because at this age, when we're weaning kits away from mom, we worry about a huge change in gut flora. And that's because mom's milk is no longer being provided, and these rabbits are now on a full diet of pellets and hay. What we're looking for in weaning enteritis is a change in stool, excessive drinking, bloat, dirty wet stomachs and bottoms, tremors, and diarrhea. If any of these symptoms do occur, the kit is immediately separated from their siblings, put into isolation and quarantine, given a full diet of hay, access to water, and if needed, they are given gas drops. If caught early enough, weaning enteritis can be resolved, but a lot of times if a rabbit is able to hide it well, it can result in death. Thankfully, these buns have been weaned for over 48 hours, and we haven't had a problem with them yet. But I won't feel completely secure in the decision that they are successfully weaned until we hit about the week point. Until then, I'll keep an eye on everyone and make sure that they still appear to be healthy. When it comes to looking for a breeder in Silver Fox, for the most part what I am looking at is the same thing that I look for when it comes to my Californian and Rexes. I want a fast-growing animal that is firm of flesh and has a nice commercial body type. So I want to have a nice rounded hind quarter that doesn't have any pinching in the hind and is nice and smooth over top. I want them to be as high as they are wide and nice and thick. So coming up over the loin, they should be nice and rounded and full. And when it comes to a shoulder, I want a bit of a shoulder, but not a shoulder that is longer than my 2 fingers in length. The only difference between me looking at a commercial body type on a Californian compared to this is fur type. When it comes to Silver Foxes, I want to see that they have a nice, beautiful standing fur that is neither too much of silver or too much dark. It should have a nice, balanced look. And it's hard to pick up on camera here, but Wiley here has a gorgeous, gorgeous coat that is very well balanced between his silver and his black. Now, when it comes to fur, you will see as they get older, they'll have more definition in the fur when it comes to a standing type that kind of matures more with age. Like, for instance, with Wiley, his hair for the most part would fall back on us as he was younger, but as he gets older, the follicle stands more and it's becoming more plush. So if you are getting towards this age, I would start judging the fur a little later. So instead of judging it when it's just starting to silver in around 12 weeks, I would wait till 16 weeks, at least maybe 20, to decide whether or not you're keeping a Silver Fox based on fur alone. So if you have 2 that you're really judging body type wise, they're kind of equivalent to body, give them that little extra time to test to see who has the better fur type, because I know with some of our buns, when they are younger and they are molting out that black baby coat, sometimes their fur can be a little challenging. But for those of you who don't know, this is Wiley. Wiley has earned us multiple best in breeds. He has done very well for us, even though he's a junior. Let me see if I can get him set up here. When he is set up, he is just a lovely, lovely little tank. He has wonderful type, wonderful body condition, and he is just absolutely outstanding. And he is a buck that I am super excited to bring into our breeding lines within the next couple of months. Before I get started on this comment, I just wanted to bring up to your first comment in this thread, thank you so much for your permission for me to butcher and eat my own animals. When it comes to the other points brought up into your comment, let's go over them. Just because animals live in social groups in a wild setting does not mean it's safe for them to do so in captivity. The reason why rabbits live as long as they do and the kind of life they do is because we mitigate the dangers offered to them. Right now, Emma is trying to bite her sister's tail through the pin. Emma will also bite noses off of other animals. There is a reason we keep space in between these cages. There is a reason why Emma does not go with Lizzie. Rabbits left alone in cages together can maim and kill each other. Bonds can break at any time and can lead to severe detriment to one, if not both, of those animals. Social does not mean safely housed together. Next, when it comes to the cages, these cages are the safest and most sanitary option for our animals. These cages can be easily sanitized against a multitude of diseases, including sniffles, RHVD2, or any other kind of disease that we would be worried about. If you're worried about their size, it is much larger than the standard that is given towards the industry. Some of these cages are anywhere from 2 to 4 times the standard size that is recommended for industry. And if you're going to complain about the wire flooring, again, our wire flooring is all between 14 to 16 gauge smooth wire. None of my rabbits have sore hocks because it's proper wire and they have good fur genetics for the bottoms of their feet. Just because you emotionally feel like something is wrong does not make it wrong. Your emotions do not equate to proper care. Proper care, proper husbandry has been put out by many an AG college, filled with peer-reviewed studies of thousands upon thousands of rabbits. Sick and ill cared for rabbits do not equate to grand champion rabbits and great meat production. At the end of the day, you can have an opinion, but that doesn't mean it's the right way for everyone.